I know it's only been 6 months since my first SOTC video, but a few things have changed that warrant this new upload. First of all, my skills got better. I'm not saying that first upload was a cringe fest, but since then I gained experience, I bought equipment, and I learned a lot. And I did it all for you so that you can enjoy better content. Then, out of the 11 watches featured in that video, only 4 have remained in a collection that now numbers 16 timepieces I acquired using the same 2 rules. Spend less than $500 on each watch and make sure each piece I add brings something new to the collection. The third reason is I'm going for a fresh way of doing this kind of production. Any multiple of 4 is adequate for a cup format competition, so instead of plainly showing you the watches, I'll subject them to a competition whose purpose is to find out which of them is the best one in my collection. So I listed them alphabetically, assigning each a number between 1 and 16, and then, with the help of a randomizer, I organized them in qualifying heats. The loser gets a short presentation, while the winner moves forward in the quarters and semis all the way to the final. Let's go!
So what you want?
I have already covered the Suggest Chrono in a review suggesting it should be the watch to start a collection with. A timeless design well complemented by decent fit and finish, and a sought after complication that is not only well built but beautiful to look at for less than $200 is one of the best value propositions out there, and this watch could have blown any timepiece in the same range out of the water. Unfortunately, its dress watch type rating of only 5 bar of pressure resistance means this watch should be kept out of the water.
So what you want?
This Gada watch is made by perhaps the most underrated entry-level luxury Swiss manufacturer. Certina's lack of popularity in a world obsessed with Hamilton and Tissot means there's a chance of finding great deals on their watches, and this end-of-life DS1 is one of them. The Powermatic 80 is just great added value to a watch whose other specs and design make it versatile enough to enable you wearing it in any circumstance. The not so great features are the limited options to getting a good fit out of the butterfly clasped no half links bracelet, and the poor lume, which sadly is what we came to expect from any mid-tier Swatch Group watch that's not a diver.
So what you want?
A watch that I've previously reviewed, this one's part of Boulder's bold decision to expand their design language. I was initially drawn in by the California dial, but it's the bead-blasted asymmetric case with its fluent design and good wearing experience that I ended up enjoying more. And that's both because of the quality of the case, but unfortunately also because of a dial that washes away in most lighting situations. In the less frequent occasions where the dial goes completely black, the characteristic markers get the contrast needed to pop and come to life spectacularly. Lume is decent, and NH35 is to be expected at the price point.
So what you want?
Another watch that needs specific lighting is the Houtman Murchison. Inspired by the Outback, the dial of this Australian-made watch looks better in low-light situations than directly under the sun. Its delicate, beautiful numerals are pushed towards the rather large, polished bezel and leave ample room for a dial that makes the watch look larger than its 40mm case size. The lack of lume gives a strong hint this field watch has dressy aspirations, and the biggest selling point is offering a Sellita SW200 caliber for the price other microbrands charge for NH35 powered watches.
So what you want?
A watch that I'll review soon is the unobtainium-made Helm Miyako. Those that have their names on the waiting list on the Helm's website will have understood my unobtainium reference, as the waiting time to getting a chance to buy one of their watches is 2 to 3 years. I was lucky enough to win one of the lotteries the American Supermicro brand holds occasionally, giving 50 people the chance to jump the queue and order straight away. Still, neither hype nor great build quality and specs weren't enough to get the Miyako into the quarters. It would be a great idea to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss the upcoming review.
So what you want?
The least expensive watch in my best friend's small collection was an Omega Seamaster 300 that will soon make a guest appearance on one of my upcoming videos. I say it was the cheapest because after getting to try on the Sintra I bought, he promptly decided he should get one himself. There's not much to add to this proof of how good this watch is. The dial might steal the show at a glance, but further exploring the vintage Omega style case and one of the best microbrand bracelets I have tried on adds more points to the tally. I do believe Borealis have pushed the homage theme a little too much, but the elements it combines make it look more like a concept than a copy.
So what you want?
Well known for being a contender to the Best Automatic for Beginners title, the Kamasu has long been on my wishlist, but I just held back waiting for the best deal. And when a month ago I saw this Guild version listed on a pre-owned site for less than the MSRP of the aftermarket bracelet it came on, I called, I bargained even more, and I got the best possible deal. I might throw my hat in the ring and produce a review at some point, but for this video's purposes there's not much adding to what many other reviewers have already pointed out about the Kamasu. Perhaps the strap code bracelet deserves a mention for how well it completes the look of this particular version.
So what you want?
Another absolute bargain I got on the pre-owned market, this all-titanium watch made by the microbrand currently known as RZE, has the largest number of features that are objectively the best in my collection, as it's the lightest, most scratch-resistant watch with the best legibility due to fantastic application of AR coating on the inside of the sapphire crystal. This is the little engine that could, and its specs make it the default watch for any type of sports activities I might find myself involved in. The lume is also great, and the main reason I'll never sell it is that, shockingly to me, this is the watch my 9-year-old daughter likes the most out of all my timepieces. The qualifying round made some high-profile casualties, particularly the Helm and the Borealis, but there's no time to look back as the quarterfinals bring on some fascinating duels. Pause the video and place your bets. Here we go.
So what you want?
The only manufacturer to provide two watches to my collection is Wise. Not happy with just being known as one of the handful of independent watchmakers to carve their watches from the 906L steel made famous by Rolex, the Time Micro brand puts emphasis on unique dial designs and textures, and what could be more unique in those aspects than the meteorite dial? The intricate natural pattern of the celestial body lends itself beautifully to being a canvas for svelte markers that hold so much lume it sometimes shows in plain daylight. I paired it with a great bracelet I bought from Houtman, but integration of end links is sadly far from perfect, so it might return to the leather strap it originally came on.
So what you want?
The Waterbury Chrono is the first watch I've reviewed on this channel, and the sad news is 6 months later, Timex are yet to address their supply issues, which truly is shameful, seeing how so few get to enjoy this great affordable watch. This is the only quartz in my collection at the moment. Spoiler alert, this will soon change dramatically, and I don't wind the watches I don't wear, so it gets a lot of wrist time, and I'm happy to report it held its own quite well. Wear and tear is minimal, and accuracy is roughly plus 1 second a month, so no complaints from a lucky, happy customer.
So what you want?
The Kaki Chrono's 38mm diameter makes it the smallest watch I own, but at 15mm it's also the tallest. These dimensions give it a sturdy, no-frills appearance in line with its field watch pedigree. With the supplementary tachymeter markings and sub-second divisions, I'd say this dial looks better than the almost identical Zine and IWC chronos and offers good legibility despite the sapphire crystal not having any AR coating applied. After getting it serviced, I was happy to observe Valjoux 7750's legendary +1 +2 seconds a day accuracy was back, but it might take a while to find a craftsman able to fix the blemishes time and poor workmanship have left on the case.
So what you want?
Another watch in dire need of some TLC is this Mido all-dial GMT that I bought for a song. Getting it shiny and chrome won't be cheap, but I believe that will be money well spent, as the engine in this 42mm watch purrs like a kitten. After all, the ETA 2893-2 is known as one of the best color GMT calibers. The rather plain dial serves as the perfect background for the diamond cut markers and hands and is bordered by a step-up rehaut serving as a time zone indicator. Another nice touch is the aggressive beveling on the lower sides of the case, helping it sit flat on the wrist. Before moving on to the semifinals, I believe it's worth observing 3 of the 4 watches that remained in the race are timepieces that I bought pre-owned. This goes to show a limited budget can still get you quality, but perseverance, patience and luck are needed.
So
As a Romanian living in Transylvania, I had to get this watch, seeing as it's handmade in Switzerland by a watchmaker that was born 50 miles away from my city. However, because it's priced well outside my budget, I didn't dare do more than hoping I might eventually find one on the second-hand market. And what do you know? On one of my daily sweeps on the pre-owned section of the best watch store in EU, Serious Watches, I found this beauty. A fantastic all-rounder that sits perfectly on my 19cm wrist, with the added bonus that, despite being a field watch, it has the best bezel action of all the watches in my collection.
So what you want?
This is the latest watch that I have reviewed on my channel, and I concluded it's the perfect summer watch. Full of details that lay in plain sight or hide waiting to be discovered, the Agfa is definitely not one for the introverts. As a matter of fact, not only does looking at this watch make me smile, but I learned the hard way that I shouldn't wear it during an important meeting, as it only took a gaze at my wrist for me to start drifting into daydreaming. Watching my review, you will learn that I swapped its great bracelet with this great rubber strap. The Wise 88 came on, and this is what half of that decision looks like. Neither of the two finalists had it easy. 14 great watches sit quietly in the box, testament to how good the winner must be. I have an empty pillow for the second place and a naked wrist for the winner, while you have a few seconds left to place your bet on who's gonna win this competition. Ready?
So what you want?
Move over, Gerald Genta. The last of the 4 watches that have survived my first SOTC video, Brew's Retromatic is one watch that deserves a cult following. So retro it borders postmodernism, this exercise in simplicity packs a huge stylistic punch in a modest 36 by 40 frame. This is to watches what the ristretto is for coffee, pure, unadulterated essence. Bonus, this is the only watch in my collection that my wife likes. A few months ago, there were no divers in my collection. When this is the most bought type of watch and when the majority of the collections are diver driven, there I was, diverless. Unimatic, Zelos, Laurier, Aragon, Revelo, Aquatico, Reverie, Dapix, Sharky divers came and went and not a tear was shed. How things have changed. This is the best watch in my collection. A diver. However, there's so much more to it. Believe me, you have to see the 88 in person. You have to see how the dial color changes, how the textured pattern changes and disappears, how the boxed sapphire crystal juts out from the shiny bezel, how the absurdly thin 906L polished steel melts on the wrist. This watch is chocolate. Did I improve it by wearing it on Henry Archer's buttery bracelet? I believe I did. What do you think? Does that bracelet complete the 88? Is that the watch in my collection you like the most? Would you like to see a specific watch being reviewed in the near future? So many questions. One answer for now. Yes. If you're looking for unbiased reviews and tips on great deals, if you're looking for that watch, you're where you should be. You're on the channel where I share everything I know to help you get the watch you want.